abortion is a greater evil than taxes or slavery. But if we do not repent, will we not be judged? Have we already not been warned? 9/11 was our warning. Repent. Turn back to God.
Right. It's right. That's right.
35% of the abortions are had by black American women. They only make up 12% of the population. Abortion in this country is the greatest Holocaust. Freedom!
Boycott Hollywood and all the commies! McCarthy and John Wayne were right! Shame on the press! 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 Citizens of America!
Tell us why you're out here today.
Well, I'm out here to change the government.
I'm just tired of the government trying to turn our country into a third world country.
To stand up for God and our nation and preserve the land and our freedoms for our children and our grandchildren.
I'm out here for tax. I mean, he's raising the taxes like crazy, and we need freedom. We didn't vote for this health care that he planned.
Because we're tired of the spending, tired of the lies that are going on, and we want to take our country back.
And what are some of the lies and the spending that you have particular problems with?
The bailout, what other?
I've never been here before. I just wanted to see the Capitol building, see the White House. I had no idea this was going to be going on. Would you guys like to sign the cross? Yeah.
So what are you coming out here necessarily to oppose, or what is your purpose here today?
Well, mainly it's the health care bill that's trying to get pushed through. I don't really feel that that's the government's job.
Yeah. Can you tell me about the bills that are being proposed right now?
Not really.
There won't be enough doctors to take care of the people that he wants to bring on. I mean, we're going to be 200,000 doctors short.
So what should happen with these people without care?
A different plan.
Could a different plan produce more doctors?
No.
Not for people that are going to sit home, watch TV, or have 5 or 6 children and be on welfare. It's not fair.
What do you think should happen with Medicare?
You may not want my opinion.
No,
Abolish it.
Yeah.
Abolish it.
I was in health care for 20 years, and Medicare as it is now has worked very well, I think, for the populace.
And do you think we should expand it?
I think that it could be expanded to more of the population.
So tell me about this side.
Bury Obamacare with Kennedy. I mean, it sounds sarcastic, but we do need to bury that whole plan.
Do you think the Kennedy family would think it's funny?
Probably not. But they've done other stuff too, so, I mean...
what are some of those things?
Well, I mean, I can't think of anything right off the bat.
Joe Wilson, of course, yelled "You lie" out in the middle of the president's speech.
I had yelled it before he did a number of times, and so when he finally said it, I thought somebody finally said it.
He did vote in the past to provide some health care level of health coverage for illegal immigrants, which makes what he yelled ironic.
Joe Wilson supported that?
2002,
yeah. I am not supporting Joe Wilson for president.
I'd like to see a Christian in the White House is what I'd like to see.
So you don't think Obama's a Christian?
No, I don't. He's a Muslim.
It hasn't even been a year yet, and he's already destroyed, most of the country. I mean, come on, that's crazy.
He's absolutely out of his mind.
Washington, D.C. is district of corruption. That's why everything is going so bad the way it's going.
What do you think here we have that he's the Antichrist?
It mentioned his name in the Bible. I think it was under Hebrew, but it stated Barack Obama, and they took his name and they separated his name, and they deciphered it, and Barack Obama in its content means Antichrist.
Obama has no emotion.
His mother was white, so he's not an African American, but he's going that way because that pays off for him.
And one reason I'm here today is because of my grandson. And if he said, Grandma, what did you do when our country was changing? I said, I did this. I stood up. I don't work anymore.
The Nazis had the brown shirts. Okay, Obama has proposed, and I keep hearing him talk about it. He wants to have a nation of, 2 million citizen army, armed as well as the army.
Well, he's talking about an army of volunteers to do volunteer work, right?
If they're going to be armed...
Well, I don't think they're going to be armed with weapons.
They're going to be armed as well as the army is.
What I'm saying is that Hitler was a good speaker. He turned a lot of people on with his eloquent speeches, and so is our current president.
What do you think, in your view, what is fascism here? What are you trying to tell us with your sign?
Well, fascism is a form of socialism, I would believe. I mean, they're all intertwined. Communism, fascism, socialism, they all have a little bit of each. They borrowed from each other.
Fascism, socialism, communism, these things are apparently interchangeable if you don't know what they mean. Fire those wacky czars. Now, tell me about this concern over czars.
We don't need no stinking czars.
Czars in the White House.
I'm opposed to czars.
I want people to know, what is a czar? What are they? They're a Russian king. Here, Jesus is our king.
You guys share some of the concerns about czars? Or?
Yes, well, I don't even know why Obama appointed a czar. What are they doing? Czar came from Caesar in the Roman times, and then Russian czar.
Yeah.
This is America. We don't have czars in America.
Well, you have any thoughts?
And, the czars, we don't know who they answer to. We don't know how much they're being paid. We don't know what their jobs are.
Take a picture of my shirt.
It's actually, the first czar in the United States was appointed by Ronald Reagan. Does anyone find a concern with that?
Only due to ignorance. I've never heard that.
Yeah, he appointed a drug czar. Czars were expanded under George W. Bush. So czars aren't relatively new, but you are opposed to them.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware of that till now.
We just don't know who they answer to.
What's the concern if they have no one to answer to?
We don't know what their power is. We don't know what are they going to start doing. Are they going to be given land and power over the government when...
Now, all of the czars that have been appointed, whether under Ronald Reagan, whether under George W. Bush, or whether under Barack Obama, actually have no executive powers, no administrative powers. They only act as advisory committees.
I just don't think we should have.
You know this how?
Now, the czars in the Obama administration are only advisory roles. They actually have no executive power.
That I don't know.
Did we appoint them to start advising anyone? Who are they advising? The president, our government officials?
Well, we've had advisors for our presidents for a long time. I think the concern is in large part due to the terminology which began under Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning a lot more about the Republicans also. I've always been a Republican. I think that's changing.
Why thank you, Glenn Beck?
Well, because this wouldn't have happened without Glenn Beck.
Thank God for Glenn Beck.
Do you like Glenn Beck?
I love Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck is such a logical thinker.
Mr. President, America.
We live by the Constitution, and by God, we'll die by the Constitution. We're tired of it. We're tired of them not listening to us. They work for us. We don't work for them. They don't seem to get that anymore. Look, open your eyes. Look, see what's happening.